handstand push-up, eccentric. Now, spoiler alert, piece of equipment we need a wall. In terms of setup, our hand width, it's gonna be the same hand width that we've been doing for piked handstand push-ups, and probably a similar hand width for any overhead pressing movement. Now, the distance our hands are gonna be from the wall is pretty far. There's gonna be a little bit of trial and error here, but inevitably what happens is most people set up way too close to the wall and they end up crowding themselves. Feel free to have your hands much further from the wall, because what that's gonna do is in the bottom position, it's gonna give your feet room to go behind you to create that planche position that we get in the bottom of a handstand push-up. Also, you'll see if we're far enough away from the wall, we have clearance to bring our legs down safely. Because especially when we lack the strength in this eccentric portion in the beginning, or this eccentric movement, the bottom position is going to feel very sketchy. So we're going to want to get off the wall because we don't have the ability to press back up. So being able to just pull the feet down is it's a very comforting feeling. So what we're going to do, tuck in my shirt here, hopefully the mic doesn't get too muffled, and see how far my hands are from the wall. So in this position, I like to think about pushing my hips slightly into the wall so I don't have a rounded or an arched lower back. I think about widening my scapula. I look in front of me, I lower myself under control. As I'm lowering myself down, I'm thinking about keeping my elbows tight as I go down. Now watch what I do in the bottom position. I pull my feet down. I safely dismount from the wall here. When we're first starting, by all means, it's okay to have an ab mat here or a pillow or something, just so you feel safer in case you lose tension in the bottom position. Inevitably, we should have as much tension as possible created in the bottom position. I'm gonna demo one more good rep, and then I'll demo a couple mistakes that people make. So, setting up, hands about shoulder width apart, pushing my hips towards the wall, thinking about widening my scapula, keeping my elbows tight as I lower myself down, pull my feet down, safely dismount the wall. The two most common mistakes we're gonna see is arching into the wall too much and pushing back into the wall. They both kind of go hand in hand. So you'll see in a moment, I want to keep a straight line from my elbow to my wrist the entire time. I never want the elbow dropping behind my wrist too much. If that's happening, I'm arching my back too much. Likewise, if I'm arching my back too much, I'm probably pushing into the ground and my elbow's dropping behind me. So what that's gonna look like, in this position, see how the elbows shift back? And now I'm almost leading with my chest. We want to avoid that. We're not optimally loading the scapular muscles when performing this movement. So please take your time with this, focusing on quality over quantity, and this is how you're going to build the correct strength to do freestanding handstand push-ups.